Hi everybody, it's Nancy from NatureWorks. It's a beautiful October Saturday, and I wanted to share with you all of the native plants that we carry at NatureWorks at this time of year. If you didn't click on the link in the email this week, click on it now. This is a listing of all of the native plants that we have in stock at NatureWorks today. I updated it this morning. So you go to natureworksgardencenter.com, go to the blog, and look for hundreds of native plants for fall planting at NatureWorks. That's the title of the blog. So what I've been trying to do is every week update what we have so you can see the enormous breadth and depth of our native selections. And what I've gathered together for you here today is just a few of the native perennials. We couldn't talk natives in October without asters, and we have 20 or more different kinds of asters, but some of these are my favorites. This is Aster laevis, oh there's the bees, Aster laevis bluebird, which I love this plant. It self-sows beautifully. I give it a pinch and everything I'm touching is covered with bees. This is Aster oblongifolius October skies, which is a more rounded, mounded aster. And this is Aster ericoides, which means heath aster. The bee comes out on cue, but it's the variety Snow Flurry, and it's a ground cover, and it's just the best ground cover. This is Aster lateriflorus lady in black, which no photograph in an email can do this plant justice. These beautiful flowers, this gorgeous foliage. And then this is a straight species. This is Aster nova belgi, which is our New York aster. And so the way I broke up the email was to list the straight species and then our favorite varieties separately. A lot of people want to buy species, but for example, the straight species of a New York aster is kind of a little floppy and leggy, whereas a lot of the varieties have been bred to be shorter and more compact. So there's still tons of pollinator power and habitat power in our favorite varieties and cultivars of these native plants. I also picked the seed pods of another one of my favorites right out of the garden. This is Aster umbellatus, or the flat top aster. I just love this plant. And one of the things that I do is I wait for the seed pods to get all fluffy like this, and then I take them and I cut them and I anoint the garden with them. And then in the spring, I look for this particular leaf. And I have lots of stands of different asters because of this way that I drop the seeds around. So I'm telling you this because all these asters will self-sow if you want them to. So it's really cool. Another great plant for this time of year is solidago, or goldenrod. And this is one of my very favorites. Hello, bee. This is Solidago sacea, or the blue stem goldenrod, and the reason I love this is because every year I go to the Adirondacks at the end of September, and this grows everywhere, and I had to learn what it was. It has linear leaves, it arches over, it grows in a lot of dry shade, and so it's a really useful Solidago for this time of year. Another plant that's really useful for this time of year is Vernonia, or ironweed. And this is a cross between two native ironweeds. And this one's called Vernonia Summer Surrender. And I actually have this in my yard. It was a natural cross. I had bought the two varieties. I brought straight species of Nova borensensis and another variety, and they crossed and gave me this, and now this is available in the trade. It's a lovely thin leaf variety. This is what the seed pods look like as they ripen, and that's another plant that I fling the seed pods to get more. And if you like this foliage, you might like Amsonia, which is not a fall bloomer. We carry a lot of spring and summer bloomers right now too, because October is like prime time for planting. This is Amsonia hubrectii, which turns this gorgeous color in the fall later than this. This is a selection called String Theory, which is starting to turn already. Really gorgeous cultivar. And then this is the straight species of Amsonia tabernomontana, which has a broader leaf. All of these are called Blue Star, and they have blue flowers in June. But in my garden, I grow them also for their foliage. Their foliage is amazing. And you look here, you see, this is Verbena hastata, or vervain. Now, vervain has finished blooming in my garden. I did not pinch it. It was as tall as me. This was pinched really hard, so it has tons of shorter flowers. Again, I wait another couple weeks till the seed pods get dry, and I fling these seeds. But this is a pollinator magnet about a month ago. We also have all kinds of echinaceas. This is Magnus, which is an excellent, really hardy variety. We have Anaphylis, Pearly Everlasting, which is the larval food plant of a butterfly, great for dry soil. We have Liatris, and this is a really nice one for a short front of the garden. This is Liatris. It's a straight species called Liatris microcephala. It's the dwarf blazing star. And then we also have Anise hyssop, Agostiki, which smells just like licorice. Every part of it's edible. This not only is a very hardy variety, this is Blue Fortune. It's a true perennial in Connecticut. It also will self-sow. And then this is Rudbeckia subtomentosa, little Henry Eilers. And look at these flowers. They have quilled petals. It's the sweet cone flower, which is not eaten by deer. So what you see here is a really nice collection of some summer and fall bloomers. This side contains Eupatoriums. We have many more Eupatoriums than this, but this is Eupatorium. It's the straight species, Eupatorium maculatum, which is your common Joe Pye weed, great for wild and like sort of swampy meadow gardens. My favorite straight species, it's Eupatorium solestinum. Now it's called Coloclinum solestinum, but we won't mention that. Beautiful blue flowers for 2 months. And then this is going by, but this is a great, beautiful, tall native wildflower for August and September. This is called Eupatorium perfoliatum, which is bone set. You see how the leaves clasp like that? Perfoliatum, the leaves clasp the stems. Again, this is at the stage where you could conceivably drop some seed around. So, you know, you look at this and you say, oh my God, this is so much. This is nothing. Look at this list. It's pages and pages long of native plants in October at NatureWorks. I even gathered together, this is some of our native grasses. We have native panicums, native little blue stem, and then we have this wonderful airy Muhlenbergia capillaris, which is called muley grass. Look at these two together. I mean, tell me that this doesn't make the most magical combination. And I had a customer in today who told me the way she likes to locate this, and I agree, is so that the setting sun shines through these flowers. We also carry a native bulb, believe it or not, called Kamasia or Quamash. Now, I have a heavy, wet clay soil, and this is the bulb I plant in my lower back garden because this lives in my heavy soil. It doesn't need it. It grows here in normal soil. This wagon I put together is a bunch of native shade plants. And what I love is that we have native Equilegia canadensis, which is our native wild columbine for May. Also in May, we have native Phlox divaricata, Iris cristata, our miniature native crested iris. Look at this. This is Tiarella running tapestry. You see why it's called that? It's a great ground cover. It hits the ground in roots by stolons. We have Hacaria aurea, which is golden groundsel, and these leaves stay good all summer long. We have beautiful maidenhair ferns, which look delicate but aren't. I love this fern. And then in the fall, we carry, for the fall garden in the shade, we carry a lot of turtlehead. Chelone. This is Chelone glabra, our white turtlehead. We also carry our pink turtlehead. So, you know, there's a lot. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. We have hundreds of varieties of native plants in October, and it's a great month to plant. This is a ton of rain, the air is cool, the soil is warm, and the soil will remain warmer than the air all month. So get out your shovels and get outside, get in here, fill a couple of wagon trains, go home and put in a native perennial garden that will span the season from spring to fall. If you need any help, one of us will help you. This is Nancy from NatureWorks saying, see you soon at the Garden Center. Bye-bye.